Hey guys, thanks for taking time to open up this video. If you don't know who we are, my name is Tyler and this is my wife Sarah. We are pastors at a local church plant here in Andover, Minnesota, and we just want to share our adoption story with you. And these last 48 hours have been a total whirlwind, and we are praying for an absolute miracle, and we need your help in order to make it happen.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of start from the beginning. In March 2011, we really felt like God was tugging on our hearts to begin the process of international adoption. I'm adopted myself, all of my siblings are adopted, and both of us had been on a lot of international mission trips, and so we both knew from a young age that we wanted to do this. This was going to be a part of our future, so we said, okay, God, what do we need to do? So we started Googling things. We finally got hooked up with an agency in a country that we wanted to work with. We started saving. We saved everything we could, and finally got enough money to start that process in August.
Yeah, and we were told if everything runs smoothly, it should take 9 months from start to finish. At this point, the country in Africa we were working with, things were going really quickly. And we realized early on that wasn't going to be the case with us, because weeks turned into months and months turned into a year and then another year, and before we know it, it had been 3 years we were sitting on this waiting list. We started at number 42 and we had made our way all the way up to number 1. Finally, after 3 long years, we were the next family to get matched with a child, and then lo and behold, we got a phone call that changed everything.
Yeah, so it was about 11 o'clock on a Thursday night, and we're like, why is our adoption agency calling us? It's after business hours, what's going on? So we took the call, and they told us then that their agency was shutting down. They didn't have enough money to support themselves, and unfortunately, we were going to lose everything that we had saved for.
Yeah, I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars down the drain, 3 years of waiting would just all for nothing. And so we were absolutely devastated and didn't know what to do. And so we just prayed and said, God, we're trying to do your will. We're trying to do what you asked, and why would you let this happen? And what are we supposed to do? And a week and a half later, another agency called us and said, hey, we heard your story. We talked with the agency you had been working with, and we know that you were the next family on the list, so we want to try to help you. And they said, I don't know if you'd be interested, but there's a 3.5-year-old boy in South America that needs a family. And so we started looking into it and decided, let's go for it. I mean, this is the open door, and I think we need to walk through it.
Yeah. So again, we did everything we could. We saved all of our money. We sold our house. We sold our car. If you know me, I'm always on garage sale sites. We sold tons of clothes, tons of things we just knew we didn't need. And so we did everything we could to raise this money again.
Yeah, and it was just a total miracle. We raised it, and it took about a year. We went down, and for 10 days we got to meet this little boy, and it was absolutely the most amazing experience of our lives.
Yeah, it was just phenomenal. He was shy at first, but then after a couple of days he started calling us mommy and daddy, and just melted our hearts. I knew that this boy was our son. This was the boy for us. I was just so happy, and I was like, thank you, Lord. We went through 3 years of waiting, and this is the right boy for us.
Yeah, and it was exciting, and it was just all kinds of emotions. And after 10 days we had to leave. It's kind of part of the process. You come back, and we were supposed to go back 2 months later to go get him and bring him home. And so we painted his bedroom and got all his clothes and had a baby shower, and we were ready to go. Got all our shots, everything. And once again, middle of the night, we got another phone call that just changed everything.
Yeah, this time it wasn't from our agency. It was from the government of that particular country, and they just said, we're sorry, we made a mistake. We've actually promised this little boy to another couple.
Yeah, long story short, this other couple had come down like 2 years earlier, put in an application, and then they changed their minds. They haven't been back. We haven't heard from them, and we kind of forgot about it, honestly. But because they applied first, they have the legal rights to him, and so there's nothing we can do. And still to this day, he's sitting down there, and that was crushing for us. I mean, to hold a little boy in your arms and to have him look you in the eye and call you daddy or mommy, I mean, it just, and then to realize we're never going to be able to see him again. It was devastating. And I remember it came to a point where we were honestly just depressed, and I was in my office one day, and I had a panic attack thinking, I don't know what to do. I can't go through this again. God, you've got to do something.
Yeah, so we continued on, and we met with a lot of our mentors, our family, our close friends, and they really helped us through the process of that waiting time. And so we waited again, and months turned into another year.
Yeah, and they called us up and said, hey, we're sorry about the mix-up, but we found another little boy for you. So if you want to come down, we can make it all happen in one trip. And so we went down, and the day after we got there, we're standing there, we're meeting them, we're bonding with them, having all those emotions all over again. And in walks his birth mom. He's 6 years old. He had been in the orphanage since he was a couple days old. He was abused, he was abandoned, neglected. And she had read in the newspaper that we were coming to adopt him, and she decided, I'm going to fight him, and I'm going to do everything I can to stop him. So she literally walked into the court screaming, threatening our lives. Security had to hold her back. It was like something out of a movie, honestly.
Yeah, it was really scary, and our lawyers then just finally got to a point and said, you need to leave the country. It's not safe for you guys to be here anymore.
Yeah, they said, let us figure it out legally and in the courts. And so that was in February of 2015, almost a year ago. And we've had no answers. I mean, we've just been sitting and waiting. And then 2 days ago, we got the final phone call, and they said, there's nothing we can do. The mom is still going to fight you on it. And basically, she's caused a big enough stir that it delayed it so long that he turned 7 in November, and now he's aged out of the paperwork. And so we're sorry, but it's over.
They also said they don't have any other children for us that we're able to adopt, and so they're like, there's nothing you can do. Even if he was eligible, it's not safe for you guys to come back down.
Yeah, and so we didn't know what to do. I mean, here it's been 5 years, and then literally within a couple of hours, a friend of ours from college called kind of out of the blue and just said, hey, you kind of know our story. They're in the middle of their own adoption process through Africa, and they said, we just came back, and there's a 3-year-old boy over there that is paperwork ready. I mean, every document's in line, he's ready to go. They're just desperately searching for family that'd be willing to come and get him. But here's the kicker is it's got to happen before mid-February. There's some legal things that have to happen, and they said we need a family that has adoption paperwork, has adoption experience, that can literally just raise money, come down and get him before this certain deadline.
Yeah, so naturally, to be honest, we were gun shy. We were nervous, and we're like, Lord, we can't go through this again. And so we just began to pray.
Yeah, and it became very clear. We started having a lot of conversations, a lot of emails, a lot of meetings, phone calls, all of that. And literally every detail lined up to like, this is it. We are his only option, and this is the perfect scenario for us. But it all comes down to finances. I mean, plain and simple. And I'll be honest, this is really hard and humbling for us to do because throughout this whole journey of 2 different kids, 5 years, all of this, we've never asked people for money. We've never asked for support. We've always tried to do it on our own. And honestly, we have nothing left. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing else we can sell. I mean, it's just, we need a total miracle in order to make this happen. But we believe with everything inside of us, this is what God has for us. I mean, it's become crystal clear in the last 48 hours. And so that's where we need your help. Here's what we're asking. First of all, would you pray for us that everything goes through? And second of all, we need financial support. We have to come up with $27,000. And we're church pastors. We're at a church plant, and we don't have that kind of money. But here's what I believe is that there's somebody watching this video that you could write a check that would barely make a dent in your wallet, and it could change our family forever, and it could change this little boy's life forever. And if that's not you, but even if you have $10, $100, $1,000, I mean, every donation counts. And we are praying for a miracle, and we believe that we're going to have an amazing testimony, and in a few short weeks, we're going to be on our way to meet our little boy. And we're praying for a miracle, but we need your help. And so we're asking, first of all, would you pray? Second of all, would you be generous? Please, with everything inside of me, I am begging you, would you prayerfully consider donating to our adoption? And then third of all, would you share this video? The more people it reaches, the more glory God gets for this story. And we believe that we're going to raise the money, and this is going to be our family. And so thank you for taking the time to watch this. God bless you. Have a great night.